I know that you really want to have more time to be able to take a holiday with your family without worrying that everything will fall over when you're not there. And I know that some days it absolutely feels like an uphill battle, that you're being pulled in so many different directions when all you really want is some breathing space to know that your business is on track and making a profit. Hello and welcome. I'm Kim Morris, and in this video training I'm going to be sharing with you what a system champion is, how you can find one and work with one, and how you can reduce your time input down to just a couple of days at the beginning. But first of all, I'd just like to share with you some very interesting statistics on Australian small business owners that I know you'll really relate to. Did you know that Australian small businesses, that's businesses with fewer than 20 employees, account for 80% of all Australian businesses? That's 1.6 million small business operators in Australia. Now, there have been two surveys that were conducted in Australia over the past year that looked at small businesses and how much time they were able to take off for holidays. And there are some really interesting results here, especially to do with the number of people who didn't get to take a holiday at all. Now, last year, the Reckon 2010 annual Australian Small Business Survey revealed that 64% of small business owners have only taken a maximum of 2 consecutive days away from their business in the last 12 months. And over half of small business owners surveyed said they didn't have someone else they could rely on to run their business if needed. But here is something that I found really interesting, because 81% said they had plans to take a break within the next 12 months, which means they would have taken a holiday last year, but they just couldn't leave their business. Now, in this same survey, it showed that 58% of small business owners have increased their working hours in the last 12 months, and just 32% have remained the same. And this means that only an extreme few, if any at all, have actually managed to decrease their working hours. Now, the 2010 Telstra Small Business Survey has some more interesting results. It found that in 2010, only 6% of small business owners took a holiday of at least 4 weeks, which means a whopping 94% didn't get a decent break, and in fact got less than what many of their employees were entitled to. Does that sound like you? Or how about this one? And this last statistic is very alarming. The Telstra survey showed that last year alone, 1/3 of Australian small business owners didn't take any time off at all. Imagine that. 3/4 said they couldn't afford to take a holiday, and the rest said they couldn't leave their business because they had no backup in place. Now, I know that you're probably feeling the pain of not being able to take regular breaks away with your family, let alone being able to take a 4-week vacation at a beach somewhere where you don't even have to think about your business at all. But there are so many small business owners going through what you're going through right now, experiencing those long hours, trying to coordinate 100 different things at once, managing staff and trying to make a profit in the process. It can be a struggle, it can be a challenge, and it can sometimes feel like you're trudging through mud, and it's really hard to sometimes even see the light at the end of the tunnel. But there is another side to this story. There are many successful companies who are achieving great things and experiencing the benefits of a business that's working for them and supporting them in their lifestyle. By modelling how successful companies prepare for success, you can have a business that produces consistent and predictable results every single time. You'll be able to create a sleek, streamlined operation that's governed by a set of systems that virtually means your business can run by itself. And I'm sure you know already who these businesses are. And more than that, I'm sure you've done business with them many times before. I'm talking about businesses like McDonald's, Subways and Gloria Jeans. Now, Michael Gerber in The E-Myth really highlights the importance of systems in running a successful business, and McDonald's is a well-worn example of this. Having taken fairly average food, it's used systems to turn it into a hugely successful entity, getting teenagers to do things that they wouldn't usually do at home. So once you've got systems in place, it's a matter of employing people to run those systems. McDonald's, Gloria Jeans, Subway, they're all big businesses that started out small, just like you. They weren't huge to begin with, they simply grew as they became more systemized. But how did they do it? How did they go from being a small business to being some of the biggest and most recognized businesses out there? Well, you need to put systems in place. And it is a lot easier said than done, but this is where the systems champion comes in. And while it's not going to be completely hands-free, I have the solution for you, and I know that it works. Let me now explain to you what the system champion is.
A system champion is a person who is working in your business, creating systems and processes, and they'll create checklists and flowcharts of important procedures that support your business and move it forward. The system champion will help to create consistency in your business because everything will have a standard procedure and there'll be no more guesswork for staff. The system champion is the person who will help to identify where the gaps and the leaks are in your business. They'll then work to create procedures to both stop the gap and fix the leak. The system champion will also help with training staff in the new procedures. And importantly, the system champion will help you to manage the systems in your business, and they'll do this through a weekly scorecard where you'll be able to see at a glance what's improving, what's not, and then make a decision on what to do about it. Having a system champion in your business really puts you in a powerful position because it puts you in control of your business. It allows you to make better decisions about what's working and what's not working, and to either immediately stop what's not working or to massively upscale what is working. So how do you find a system champion? Well, quite likely they are already in your business, and this is definitely the first place to look. You should look for someone who likes details and checklists, someone who can think step by step and is familiar with using Microsoft Word and Excel. If you already have someone like that in your business, you may want to backfill that person so they can become the system champion, or you may take their tasks and duties and divide them up between other team members. Now, if you don't have somebody in your business already who you think would be a good system champion, you then have the opportunity to recruit one into your business. And this isn't hard to do at all. In fact, I can even show you how to recruit a system champion externally, including where to advertise, the advertising template, how to shortlist quickly and easily, and what to ask candidates in the interview. So once you have your system champion in place, how do you actually work with them? How do you ensure that they are doing what they're supposed to? Well, the best way to work with your system champion, and the way that I use and recommend, is to each week have a meeting so you can keep track of what the system champion is doing. You can share what your expectations are for that week, and the system champion can let you know what they've been working on, what's been completed, and this will also be their opportunity to ask you any questions that they might need clarification on. For example, your system champion might be creating a system to manage customer follow-up for new customers, and they might need a quick few yes or no's from you as to how you would like it designed. So how do you reduce your time input down to just a couple of days at the beginning? What you'll need to do at the very beginning is recruit your system champion, and once you have them in place, you'll need to sit down with them and review what's working and what's not working in your business. And it's not hard to do this because I show you step by step how to review what's working and what's not, so that at the end, your system champion will have a plan of the priority areas they need to focus on for creating systems.
I know what you're experiencing right now is what a lot of small business owners are also experiencing, and I know it really sucks, but I have a solution that can absolutely help you. And I know that if you're in business, you know that there's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. And if you're in business, you know what a load of rubbish that is anyway, and I would never try to sell that to you. But what I do have for you is a solution that will absolutely help you and work for you. All you need to do is a couple of days work up front and then hand it over to your systems champion. You know, you don't even have to have this person in your business right now. They could actually be coming from outside of your business. But I bet you're thinking, how on earth would you communicate with them and coordinate everything? So in the next video, I'm going to share with you some free tools that you could use right now, and that will show you how easy it is for you to be able to oversee and coordinate things with your system champion.